Hello there, everybody. We're back at it again. My name is Shane Sherman, your host. Sorry if I sound a little raspy today. I'm a little sick, but I'm still here with you guys. And sorry about last week. We couldn't do an episode. Very busy schedules, Disneyland over here. But but happy to have you all back. Happy to see you all again. We got John over here onto my right, and our newest guest that will be joining us today will be Rinsler today.
Hello.
Alrighty, we got an exciting episode today. As you can tell, it's not too much of a Star Wars update or Star Wars Command update. We're just been doing our simple reviews, and we're going to have a funny debate on which is the best Star Wars movies ranked in Star Wars opinions. So you get to hear these three lovely guys probably argue with one another. Get to hear the disagreements. Alrighty, but let's get right into it. Like I said, happy to have you all here again. I'll be Shane. I'm your host. No co-host. I guess my co-host today would definitely be John Rensler, but we all know Chief's the OG.
Yes.
But happy to have you all today. Let's get right into it. This is exciting episode. It's an exciting day. Exciting stuff. Big stuff, Mandalorian came out last week. It finished last week, and it was quite the update. Quite the end of a show. And giving some thought into it, I definitely enjoyed. They're going virtual backgrounds on me. I definitely enjoyed it. In my opinion, I think it was a solid ending for Mandalorian. I think what hurts the ending though is the overhype that it got hyped with by some of the fans. It hurts to say that it's basically that ending got the Star Wars ending. You know what I mean? Of like Marvel endings. People overhype stuff and then they get let down. But it was a good episode. I definitely enjoyed it. But let's hear some thoughts about John Rensler. John, you get to start us off since you're my right. Yeah, left.
So, I think the episode overall for The Mandalorian was fantastic. I think they set up the style on like them saying that Moff Gideon is gone. The Empire's destabilizing like a large part of it. But what I did notice from when you watch the end of the episode, how in like you got New Hope, Phantom Menace, and Force Awakens, where they have that like in the first chapter, they always have that like ending where it's like the circle thing, and then it like closes out into black screen, right? You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
So they did that at the end of season 3 of The Mandalorian. So I feel like that is the first chapter of like what the next stories to come. So.
Yeah.
I feel like the second chapter will start off probably with Ahsoka.
Okay, I like it. I like those little fan theories they were arguing into. What about you, Rinsler? What did you think?
I think it was pretty good. I'm an action guy, so I love the build up to the fighting, and I like the jetpack fighting, just like they fly now type joke. But it's the fact that it's jetpack versus jetpack. And I liked how it was the build up and how there was no spy in the end, which I think I found hilarious from everyone. It's like, oh, it's the armorer. But I think I found that. The only thing I was just a tad bit disappointed with was how the Darksaber got destroyed so easily just by being crushed in the hand. Like, does the man have superhuman strength to crush it after it survived for so long? So I think that's just one thing that I think I was a bit disappointed. I wasn't exactly disappointed with all too much, besides how easy it was for those. I can never remember the names, but the red armored suit guys to die.
Praetorian guards.
I thought they would have been a bit tougher, and that's pretty much it. But I do need to be right back, so I
got you. Don't worry. If he's getting his DoorDash. He warned me about that. But I agree. I think I agree with what Renzo's comments were saying. Is that I know he just left on us, but I definitely agree. The dark side being destroyed was a little surprise for me. I didn't actually foresee it getting surprised.
Right.
I didn't see that coming. I thought something else was going to happen with it. I thought it was going to go a different route with it. Maybe. I really thought we were going to get something else with it.
Mm-hmm.
But being destroyed, I think it marks, in my opinion, an end of an era. it marks an end of an era. So for example, like Ava was in Here of Us, and she's like, I understand why they broke it, but still hurts. It does hurt. It's an end of an era, in my opinion, with Darksaber. That's
Yeah.
no longer going to symbolize the leader of Mandalore, but the myths are going to be the future for us. It's all about that. In my opinion, um, all very surprising for me.
And
Go for it.
who knows? And who knows? Because it may be destroyed, the Darksaber, but I mean, like it wasn't fully destroyed. They could still take the crystal off and just get another hilt for it, and then just make it again, or just fix it up. It wasn't fully destroyed. It was just like bent.
Yeah. It was bent, but I also think
I don't think they're gonna fix it either.
I don't think they're gonna fix it either. They may save the crystal. It honestly could be used. It could be used to also create Grogu's lightsaber.
Yeah, good. Something else that I thought was interesting that I heard a theory about is, so you know how we were all making the joke like from the trailer that I forget the actor's name, the one that plays Moff Gideon, they kept saying was Gustavo friggin' Star Wars because he didn't have his mustache.
Yes.
So people were saying they think it's a theory that wasn't the real Moff Gideon. It was just another clone because all of his clones didn't have mustaches either. And they think it's a clone. And then basically the real one is somewhere else, just like out in the universe, just like trying to lay low because he heard that his base got destroyed and he was on a mission or something like that. So he left one of his clones as a double.
Even then, I think my personal theory was that he probably doesn't die because we've seen Beskar and how it affects certain people with fire. Unless I know a crash can probably killed him. So I'm gonna go with that. It could be the clone, and that clone is dead. But it also could be, in my opinion, that he did possibly survive that. But we never know, because in my opinion, if you're gonna burn like that and disappear completely, the melted armor would have stayed around.
Yeah. The funny thing that I saw though about that episode, so Gustavo got blown up and he was like half burnt, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then Gideon got blown up and was burned alive. People were like, man, the whatever the actor's name is just can't get a break from fire or explosives.
Yeah. I do want to say that so Ava's comment really stands out for your own guy. But Jordan's will get back in here. This turns out here. So why did he make his clones old as he is? Why did he make them younger or make them stronger? He did have the special element of the Force. They had the Force in them, which is quite interesting. The reason why I don't think he made them younger is I don't think you can, unless he was going to alternate the DNA to make them younger. It was definitely probably extraction of his DNA, so they probably were going to stay the same age and clone that age. Maybe he just liked it that way. It all depends on, Gideon's interesting, man, in my opinion. But I think overall what we're looking at when it comes to this episode is definitely like, how do I say this? It's more along the lines of, I don't know, I'm trying to figure out the way of this, because Moff Gideon, I know he probably isn't dead,
I don't think so either.
Yeah.
If I don't see a body, it doesn't count.
Literally, don't see a body, it doesn't count. Personally, I think Tech's dead, but we're not going to talk about that.
Now we're going to talk about that after this.
Oh, God. Go on the Star Wars opinions. Tech is dead. Not dead. Okay. But for Gideon, he's definitely, I don't think he's dead. Either there's a clone, either there's something else going on, but I don't know what's going on. The interesting news is season 4 has already started. They've already started making that season already.
Wow.
So that's interesting. I'm not going to look at Ava's comments because we're going to get into argument. But so it has started. But someone brought this to my attention. This is the first somewhat happy ending in Star Wars.
This is the what? Oh, yeah, it is. Well,
I think this is one of the only times they get the happy ending.
Yeah.
The ending.
But for right now, this is one of the only happy ending Star Wars that we've gotten for Star Wars products. If you think about it, Rogue One ended in not happy ending. Bad Batch ended in 2 not happy endings.
Clone Wars didn't end in a
a
happy
happy
ending.
ending at all.
Um,
What other projects come out since then?
Revenge of the
no. There is one that has a happy ending. That's wrong. Attack of the Clones had a happy ending, and so did
Return of the Jedi.
the Return of the Jedi. Would Phantom Menace technically count?
No, it was more of a
Yeah.
sad. I mean, if you
Wait,
want
I
to
mean,
count
they
like the
had
ending,
they. I mean, like the end where like
it's,
he held up the
it's
ball thing. I don't
I
know if that
would.
counts.
I don't think that counts because technically everyone still got Qui-Gon in the mind, you know.
True. I would say Attack of the Clones, Return of the Jedi, and then Mandalorian are the only 3 times there's been a happy ending.
It
The
just
rest
depends
just
on who's
bad.
happy ending, because I'd say Revenge of the Sith is
Exactly.
Palpatine's happy ending.
That is correct. That's his
That
happy ending.
that's fair. That is
It's
fair.
pretty fair. But no, it's all very interesting because this is. I'm very excited to see what they offer in season 4. And I was actually overall, I really enjoyed the season. I know some people complained about it. I don't know why, because people.
I
were
don't know
complaining-
either.
People were. It's really weird. Star Wars. We're weird as Star Wars fans, but I love how everybody was complaining about like the last season, like. Oh my God, it's another filler episode. He's going off to do a mission for someone else until he completes the main objective. I feel like this show was like, we're sticking to our main
Right
objective,
to the point,
and we got to it. You know, I feel like the only curveball episode that you got that was a filler was the one before. Yeah, no, it was the one before Paz's death.
Okay. Yeah.
It was. Shit, it was the 6th episode, I believe so.
What was that one?
It was the droid episode of like the CIS.
Well,
we were on that.
Well, that wasn't. I don't see that as a filler, because in the end it was
You
a
got-
lot. It was 80% filler, just because like the main purpose was for Bo to get to the fleet, but then they had to do all that. I guess it was nice to see all the different droids, and I'm surprised.
Yeah, there was no
we
droidicas.
Oh yeah, well, droidica. No, what I think I was bummed out about is we don't serve your kind here in that cantina with all the droids.
That should have been a quote.
That's literally it's a quote from New Hope because of when they said we don't allow droids in this cantina.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what I mean. They should have allowed made it a little.
I think what was really interesting though was besides it was a really good episode. You know, I personally didn't see the scientist one as a filler. It was very new stuff, interesting stuff. But I get where people came off across that.
I see the scientist episode as a filler only because it's like it's cool to see what happened, or I guess not cool, but it's better understanding to see what happened to that guy since he was very smart with all the cloning stuff. But you could just tell she was a traitor from like a mile away from the very beginning. You could tell that it was a setup, like, and you could tell, and what like we talked about multiple times is how is it they just let this Imperial officer stay behind all this tech and no one watch over the process of the scientist being
Killed.
whatever.
The New Republic. It's the New Republic, in my opinion. You know,
it's just that to me was just a filler episode because even at the end nothing really occurred.
I get you. Well, how about this? We're gonna soon transition out here, but since you were just talking, Rensler, I'm gonna let you finish your statement. Overall, Mandalorian season 3, how was it for you?
It was pretty good. Yeah, like I said, besides that scientist episode, I think I really liked. Unlike the other seasons, we definitely saw the bond of every one of the Mandalorians come together. And then we got to see as they were all once separated, now at the very end, they're all one. And we actually get to see them retake Mandalore in the Forge. Only thing I think I was bummed out, obviously, the Darksaber. And we didn't really get to see much or talk about much more of the Mythosaur that's just chilling in the water below.
Yeah, I agree with you.
But after that, I pretty much liked it. Yeah.
What about you, John?
I feel like for that episode we were talking about, the scientist one, I feel like that was like you said, a filler. I feel like it wasn't really necessary too, because like, yeah, he's a main point of the character, like the cloning process, but I just don't think it was very important, because I feel like they just kind of ran out of an idea for that episode, so then they just did that, and that's why we only got like Bo-Katan and Dinlan like the first little bit of the episode, and then closer to the end.
Yeah, I got you. Alrighty. Well, I've already said it, but I'll just say it again. My personal thoughts. This was overall a good season, in my opinion. Personally, I don't think anything's going to top season 2 finale, but that's because it had Luke Skywalker at the fucking end. So, but I was going to top that finale for a minute. But overall, I think the season was really good. I think it closed a lot of the doors and a lot of the questions and answered a lot of questions we had, and it honestly, it gave me a lot of new expectations. I wasn't expecting a lot of things to happen, but they happened, So overall, those are my opinions, my takes on the episode. Let's transition to the fun stuff now, because Mandalorian, no offense, guys, we're not going to talk about it for much long, but it's already been out for a week, People have already beaten us to talking about it. So we're gonna have some fun of our own stuff now, Fun stuff. It's time for some Star Wars. We're not talking about that yet. Star Wars opinions time, and this is where we're gonna get a little interesting because today, for the first part of this segment, Star Wars opinions. It's a brand new segment we're gonna try out, and we're gonna see how heated this gets or how heated this doesn't get, and we're gonna keep this in a conversational manner. So you get to see us have fun with this in a way. As I'm sick, so I don't want to yell at Rinsler over here.
So you want to yell at me?
I don't want to yell at you either. Okay, so our first one is we're gonna rank some Star Wars projects, people.
Okay.
We're gonna rank some Star Wars projects. We're gonna have fun with this, okay?
Okay.
And I wish I was able to. I wish I was able to actually find. So where can I share the screen? There we go. Here it is. Okay, we're gonna share. Boom. See, that's all we focused here, folks. This is what we're gonna be ranking right now. Because sadly, I can't get the big screen or anything else, so I was able to work with this right now. We're gonna get better at this. Trust me. This is right now a demo. So all the products we have here are A New Hope, Attack the Clones, Rebels, Resistance, Return of the Jedi, Revenge of the Sith, Rogue One. Basically everything that's come out. Basically everything that's come out, except the holiday special, because we know where that's going.
Yeah.
The holiday special, Book of Boba Fett, and all those other stuff. But it's all right.
Yeah.
This is most of it.
This is most of it right here, So let's just get right down to business. So I'm going to leave these two as an option, all right? Either we rank them on our own first, like you get to do a rank, I get to do a rank, or we rank them together and see if we can get our mixed opinions to form these like stuff.
I think we should try and rank them together.
Well, let's rank them together.
If you want us to argue and debate, then definitely rank them together.
We're gonna rank these boys together. Okay. First off, we're gonna start with the first one we got here, A New Hope.
That's definitely gonna be in the S or A tier.
It has to be for me. It's S tier because that's like the start of it. Like, there's no Star Wars without.
True.
Yeah. Okay. So
I'd say S tier.
I would put this in A or B tier. I love this movie. As much as they created Star Wars for us, I don't. In my opinion, it gets boring sometimes.
I'm putting it in S tier only because, like I said, I put it in S tier because it literally was what started Star Wars. Story-wise, it's all right, but to me, it's like it's just it began it all. It started all this. Without this movie and without like the character Darth Vader, Ben, and just the whole story, then I don't think we would have the Star Wars that we have today.
Okay, I got you.
I would say we should just, for a good compromise, because since he said S tier, I said S or A tier, and then you said A or B, we should just leave it in the A.
We should go right in the middle. Okay. Star Wars Resistance.
Resistance?
F.
Okay, we're starting to get to agreement stuff, folks. Let's actually just get the controversy. Let's just get the ones that I know we're gonna go S tier right now with. Revenge of the Sith. S tier, obviously, for us.
S tier.
S tier film. S tier. That's not even a question.
That's not even going to be a question.
All right. Empire Strikes Back. We going to S tier as well?
S tier.
I can never see how people put that in S tier. For me, that's A. I don't know. I just never saw like I found it interesting, but I never could understand why people liked that movie so much compared to like Return of the Jedi or New Hope. I just
Okay.
never could see it.
So, what should we go S tier? Or you want to go A tier?
I me personally, I say A tier because I
Let's just-
believe there are better movies than
Since you're outvoted, I think I want to go S.
Okay.
let's go with this.
Because no offense, how you can put a New Hope over Empire, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I just
Okay.
never could see why it was like why everyone loved it so much.
Okay.
Like,
Easy, and next easy F tier, in my opinion. We want to go Rise of Skywalker, F tier.
absolutely. If there was
Sure.
a lower tier, put that below at the bottom.
John, you want to go F or you want to go D? Is what I'm hearing.
No, it's all good. We can put it in F. It's fine.
Okay. Okay. Here's where we get to some interesting controversy now. I think this is gonna be a thorough mix. Let's have fun with this. Let's go solo.
I'd say it's kind of like a C.
C or B tier.
I think
Yeah,
it's a
I'd say
good.
it's-
I think it's a B tier in my
I
opinion.
think it's beer.
B. I'd say
Beer.
B.
B.
Beard.
B. Beard. I think
Beard
it's a
tier now.
B too. It's a B.
I think
tier.
it's personally a B, in my opinion.
I would say it's either. Yeah, I would agree with.
It's a
him.
good.
It's either
I
a
think
B
in
or
my
a
opinion it's
C.
overrated. In my opinion, it's overrated. It's a good solo film, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It shows where he started off, but there's not
Yeah,
really.
right.
Yeah, it showed where it started off.
Yeah.
I think that's why I
It's
like
a great movie. You know, so here's the drastic controversy we're about to have right now. But I'm not going to get into it just yet. Let's go Clone Wars movie.
Clone Wars movie. I'd say that's probably.
I'm
Let's
gonna
say
be
C.
I'm gonna be brutally honest real fast. Before I knew about the Clone Wars TV show, I watched this movie like 20 times. This was when I was young. I never knew Clone Wars was already on like Cartoon Network and all that. So I would literally watch this movie and the other Star Wars movies first before I even watched Clone Wars. So in my opinion, I'd say A or B. I can't put it at S.
I think it's an S.
I can't. Like, well, I guess it's a good way to begin Ahsoka's story, but like compared to Clone Wars.
This is a C or D tier movie, guys. What are we talking about?
Oh wait, we're talking about the Clone Wars movie or show? We're talking about the
Movie.
movie. Oh, then I'd say it's a B.
It's a D.
I
it's
put
a
it in
B.
A.
I didn't think it was that bad.
I didn't think it was bad. It started off Ahsoka. It literally started off Ahsoka.
I think it's a B or a C. I didn't think it was that bad, bro.
I don't think it's that bad. Like besides the clones,
I have someone who wanted to go S and A, and I have here B and I hear D. Oh my god!
I didn't mean to say S. I meant to say A or B, but I'd say B. B just to
I
be
put
safe.
A or B only because,
Okay.
like I said, it was the start off of like for me anyway. It started off Clone. This movie started Clone Wars off for me.
Okay, I'll go B.
start off
I'll
with
go B. I'll go B.
Okay,
Jesus Christ!
I'm gonna be surprised. What are we gonna put for C and D? To be honest, there's only for me.
Oh.
In my opinion, there's not really gonna be much.
I think there's.
I do have a point on why I say it's B tier.
Okay.
Because think about it this way. So yes, it's the first time we made Ahsoka and stuff. I think what overall kind of makes it a good movie is where we get the connection between these people, the clones, and like Obi-Wan and Anakin. Like the connection there between the clones and stuff is with the Jedi is just phenomenal because basically it shows how much Anakin and Rex trust each other and how much Cody gets along with Obi-Wan and everything. It just shows the connection that they all have, and then it makes it where basically whenever you watch Revenge of the Sith, it makes you feel worse because it's just like the connection is so strong. Like would they do this to us?
Yeah. Alrighty. Star Wars Rebels.
I say that's I don't think that was bad. I don't think it was bad.
I don't think it was bad. I'm not gonna go. I would go B.
I would go B as well.
Yeah, I'd say B for story. I was very disappointed on the animation. And I know animation is a lot, but like when you have a show like Clone Wars and then you have Rebels, it just makes no sense to me.
I want to say B tier.
But
I think I can say
I would still say B tier. But I feel like the reason why it wasn't as good with the animations was because at the time they were also still doing Clone Wars, but then they stopped, and then it kind of got a little bit better.
Okay. Yeah, I agree with you. Rogue One, in my opinion, is an S tier movie.
100%. I would agree with that.
Rinsler?
I want to say A tier. The only reason for me is one scene is with Vader in the hallway that would make it S tier. After that, the movie was all right in my opinion. I liked the story. I loved the story of how like that's how they got the plans for the Death Star. That's how it would got into.
I feel like it's such
New
an
Hope.
emotional driven story, though.
Yes. It's just like
Yeah.
it's just like Solo. It explains on like its own type of story because it really brings us new characters like Andor, Jyn Erso, K2, and all those other characters.
Yeah.
It kind of explains on like how much they sacrificed just to get the Death Star plans.
Yeah. Personally, I think I 100% think it's a
S tier.
yeah, S tier movie. Attack of the Clones.
Oof.
I want to say I think that's a movie I'll put in C tier or B tier.
Yeah, C tier.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was very cringy.
Very.
But-
I think the Anakin stuff's cringy. The Obi-Wan stuff's really good.
So yeah, I would agree with that. I would say the Anakin stuff, like him trying to flirt so hard with Padme, was the cringiest and most like cheesy pickup lines I've ever heard in my life.
That's how they work. But yeah, I love the meme. I was like, okay, I gotta tell Anakin I do not like him in the slightest way possible, but I'm gonna wear the sexiest dress and the most sexiest room ever.
Exactly.
It is like there's so many mixed signals.
And then what I think also makes it like where I would say it's like a C tier, or if we wanted to put it at B tier, I would say it's gotta be if you watch the behind the scenes videos, like the behind the scenes movie. It's so funny. Yeah, I would say that would be the only reason I would say like that would go up is because the behind the scenes videos just are so funny and make them memes.
Okay, here's where we're gonna go. So Return of the Jedi. I think I would agree with Rinsler on this one. It's an S tier movie.
S tier.
I would agree as well because it sets up a lot of character development and sets up how the light side finally won overall in the end.
I think it ends at perfect outcome. So
Was that besides like the prequels? Was that the first time we actually got to see Palpatine in person?
yes,
Yes,
you saw
Palpatine's first appearance was in Return of the Jedi.
Palpatine's first appearance in Empire Strikes Back over a hologram, but his first
His
Live action appearance, like
Live
physical appearance.
Yeah, physical. There's that one. This is easy. Okay, so Clone Wars.
S tier.
That's just like S++, bro.
Yeah, that's SS. That's S++.
Shane, I swear to God, I dare you. I double dog dare you. Disagree with us. I dare you. Brother, I dare you. Nah, you better put that S tier as 2v1.
It's A or
It's 2v1
B.
right now.
Okay, I agree with you. I'll put it in S tier just because it's 2v1, but it's A tier or B tier for me, guys.
How?
How?
Did you watch the same Clone Wars?
No, okay. There's so many good arcs throughout that, but personally, I don't think it compares to what those 4 movies we put up there does.
In my opinion, it goes behind Revenge of the Sith.
So here's my thing. Final season of Clone Wars, the Echo stuff, decent, good. I don't talk about the Ahsoka stuff with the girls, and then we go to the final arc, and it's perfection. I agree with you. Umbar arc, really good. Then you have the You have the Citadel arc, really fucking good. You have the Ahsoka arc, really fucking good. And if I watch the rest of the Clone Wars, there are certain arcs that I'm forgetting or forget the name of their arcs that I enjoy.
The Mortis
And
arc.
then there are some arcs that I'm like, what the fuck?
I'm disappointed you didn't name like the attack of the attack of Camino arc.
Thank you. That's an arc I was
and
forgetting.
the
Really good
Mortis
arc.
arc, because that's
Mortis
the one
arc's-
where they're that's
you
the
say
one where they're on
really
the
good arc.
Did
But
you say the Camino
yeah.
arc?
But personally, I think the first season for me is Ahsoka. I cannot handle Ahsoka the first season.
I don't think anybody could, honestly.
That's what brings it down for me to like an A tier, though.
Well, the first season was okay. The first season they were kind of just like testing out the waters. The second season and beyond, that's why we put it up to the
Okay,
S
if we're
tier,
gonna say
because
Clone Wars is an S tier, I would say Rebels is an A tier. Then
No.
that's fine. That's fine. I can agree with
realistically,
that.
there should be one tier above Rebels, in my opinion.
Like I said, the Rebels, in my opinion, they had a lot of callbacks to Clone Wars, like Ahsoka, the Light, Darkness, and the Father, the Lothal Wolves. They had Captain Rex and all of them. They had what was that Twilight planet that I can never remember?
Ryloth.
Ryloth.
Well,
They brought Ryloth and the Father. It's just compared to, like I said, the only thing that to me that really drags down is the animation design that they did. Is like you go from Clone Wars,
But even then, I don't mind the animation. I think the animation at some points is really good.
but then
animation was decent.
it was decent. But that's what I mean. Is like when you have Clone Wars, you have Anakin cutting down these droids, and then the clone troopers having the most brutal deaths. You have just rebels just tripping over each other and just getting head tapped and falling over.
Okay. I can also kind of see what you're saying.
I can't agree with you on that because Rebels has some very gruesome deaths for some very people.
Name five.
Okay, so I'll go with you. So there's Tarkin.
Kanan Jarrus.
There's
Tarkin.
no. So we'll go Kanan Jarrus' death. Tarkin
I'm
doesn't
talking
die
about
in
main
Rebels.
characters, by the way. Main characters don't count. I'm talking about just side characters or clone or stormtrooper characters.
Okay, fine.
Gregor.
So Gregor's death. That's a side character. But here's one for you. Here's one for you. Tarkin murdering the 2 Imperial officers by beheading them.
See, now that's the only time that's really good. That was
No. Grand Inquisitor's death basically commits suicide instead of facing Vader. And then you have the Empire purposely killing their own governor. And then what's the other time we beheaded someone that I'm forgetting? And then you have Maul beheading Maul beheading the Seventh Sister.
That's 5 times.
That is true. That is 5 times.
They had some really gruesome deaths in that show.
You could say it like this, though. Okay, so Clone Wars you could say, was more brutal and had more fatalities. You could say Rebels went a little bit soft on it because they didn't want to make it as gruesome because.
Well, I'm not just
reason.
focusing on the. Oh, I'm sorry to cut you off. I was just saying it's not. I don't mind. It's just an example of the gruesomeness. But I'm just saying, like the art design from the lightsabers. Why did they go back to those very skinny, stick-looking lightsabers?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know. Honestly, I don't think they really figured out why they did that either.
Because here's my thing. Rebels, in my opinion, has some solid season 3 and a very solid final season.
Yeah.
But let's finish off our tier list here. Okay. I don't know if I want to get into a certain one yet. Force Awakens, I think it's a B tier.
I would agree. I'd say B.
I was
B
going
tier.
to say C tier. Only because, like, if you really think about it, it's 100% a ripoff of New Hope.
It is, but it's a great setup for the characters.
But like I said, that's like a ripoff of New Hope, though.
Yeah, I agree. I can agree with C, but I want to lean more B for it.
Okay.
Because it's
literally the same exact story, which puts me in C tier. And and knowing as it is, First Order Empire can never fix their decisions of making a super Death Star destroyer, a plant-killing machine, and can never defend it for their lives.
All right, here. Okay, here's this one for you. Here's this. Okay, so are we gonna agree with C or B? I'll agree with C tier if you want to go that route.
I'm going C. That's my decision. It's your guys' decision to put in B. If I get overruled by YouTube, perfectly fine.
I still want to go B tier.
Okay.
That's
fine.
Okay. Here's I think we're gonna have this very big and drastic shift again.
Here we go.
Star Wars: The Last Jedi.
Fuck that. Put it in a D tier.
Are you serious?
Hey, no,
It
down
is-
to D.
It
D.
is so
D.
between those two.
DOF.
Yeah.
Dude, DOF.
D.
No way.
D.
It's- I-
D tier.
Shane. Are you serious? You're joking, right? Please tell me this is asking me a joke.
I'm
There's no way.
not.
No, he's not. He's
No,
not
I'm
joking. We talked
It's
about
a-
this the
it's a
last
B-
time.
It's a B tier movie in my opinion.
This is
Brother.
not.
You are about to pray that you live so far away from me. I'll be duking you out right now.
Okay.
There is no way.
Can we make a half middle compromise and put in C?
No, not even C. C doesn't deserve it. He does not deserve it.
It's a
I
freaking
want
D,
to ask,
bro. It's a D or an F. It's a D or an F,
Okay.
bro.
Okay, so overall, this brought a lot of new Star Wars ideas, in my opinion, that made this. At first, I didn't like this movie, but there's some very good quality stuff in this movie that I think holds it to a B or maybe even a C tier movie. I don't care for much of the Rose stuff. I'll agree with you to that. But like, I get why Luke becomes Luke in that film. That arc actually makes sense for me in multiple reasons. Now for him, you know, some people. I know it's hard to like watch him go from I can save the most ruthless man in the galaxy to I can't. I'm going to kill my own nephew. You know, I get for some people it's really hard to believe that, but I actually understand why Luke does it now. In my opinion, Luke's arc was all about, in my opinion, like Luke's arc was basically like, oh my God, you're the savior for the galaxy, blah blah. You brought down Darth Vader, you brought down Emperor Palpatine, you're the newest hope for the galaxy, this and that. And Luke didn't want to lose any of that, you know. I think the pressure just gets to you. You're made into the hero, the legend, and he says that, you know. He brings up like I think like some of the quotes that we missed from Luke in that film is like why he does what he does, you know. That's why like the Luke arc, amazing in my opinion. You know, it brought the interesting concepts of like you don't have to be somebody to be a hero. That totally the Rise of Skywalker drops on. You know, you don't have to have a special name to be a hero. You know, you have. I wasn't the biggest fan of Supreme Leader Snoke's death, but like it was an interesting concept what they did. It's like throw away like your big bad. You can like the mystery, kill him. You know, all that stuff. You know, I think it was interesting directions what Kylo was doing and what Rey was doing. It was all very interesting directions. You know.
Is that it?
I'm
I'm about to go hard on you real
I'm
fast.
about to go hard here too.
John, you can go first. Or yeah, you go first. You can go
All
first.
right. I will give you 5 reasons on why it is definitely a D and an F tier. Okay. I will give you one thing I will say is I will give you that I do understand a bit more of the Luke Skywalker stuff after Rise of Skywalker. All right. I will give you my 5 now. 1, there's like no lightsaber duels whatsoever. Literally the only one that you have is Luke literally dodging everything and not blocking anything because it's a force like whatever you call it. It's not even like a ghost or anything. It's just him like making him believe that he's there, and literally there's no duels whatsoever. The only time you could consider there's a duel in the entire thing is when Rey and Kylo go against those royal guards for Snoke. And those aren't even lightsabers. Those are, to be honest with you, I don't even remember what those things are, but they're like multiple different melee weapons. Another reason, literally Kylo is like in the whole movie just like trying so hard to get Rey just to come onto the ship. He doesn't want nobody else coming over near the ship. When Ray comes over, then he's like, you can tell just by his reaction, like he's being a freaking what's the word?
Simp.
He's being a simp, yeah, a simp, or he's just basically only focused on her most of the time she's there. When Snoke's around, he's like, yes, I'm kneeling to Snoke, but he's not. That's not what he's focused on. He's focused on Rey for the entire movie. And it feels like it's Anakin and Padme for this movie. It's cheesy, but there's no pickup lines involved. And then it's like, I feel like another thing they could have done just to make it like seem like it went on a 180 or 360 is like, you know how in Rise of Skywalker it shows Rey's dark side?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it would have been a little bit interesting if we saw it this way. In that final sequence, we find out Ben Solo's back. Rey thinks she's being manipulated. Rey goes to the dark side, and then Ben has to do what she was trying to do all along and bring her back instead. Maybe, but that's just me. But 4, I would say it literally. I didn't like the fact that. Sorry, I thought someone was coming to my room. I didn't like the fact that basically it felt like Return of the Jedi and Empire Strikes Back.
Okay. Okay.
For a large majority of the film.
Okay. Thank you, Undead, by the way, Jacob. Hey, Jacob. This is a personal question real quick. Where do you rank The Last Jedi? And to save time, I'm not going to let Rensler go. I'm going to have a goddamn ear ran in my ear. Jacob, where do you put The Last Jedi?
Are you on Medio? Is that what you said?
What?
I think he said go to put it in the D or the F tier.
Oh,
I think he has to go down.
He just typed it. Yeah, go D. Go D.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Okay. Fine.
I'm about to.
Okay, fine. I'll go D. For the sake of time, I can't let you go.
No, I'll say this.
Say your piece.
When every one of the directors say that this movie was like so rushed, and even Mark Hamill says that he hated or disliked how his character went, kind of tells you that this movie was really bad. Really bad. That they had to literally mush in 3 different stories, and that's what kind of messed over Rise of Skywalker.
I feel like The Rise of Skywalker was a giant fuck you to Last Jedi, and that's what screwed over that movie.
Well, if you read more into it, they did say that like Snoke wasn't even supposed to die in Last Jedi but only because that the directors and all the different scripts they had rushed it and put everything into that one movie. And that's what I was going to say. Is that movie was
but here's the thing. I don't even give the Rise of Skywalker debate a chance for why the last Rise of Skywalker sucks, because the Rise of Skywalker sucks because of the entire direction they went. Because if you look at the other guy's vision for Rise of Skywalker, I would have loved to see that film.
I haven't seen or heard about what that.
Basically, the script was like Kylo was in Vader's castle, trying to learn more about like the dark side and him like becoming supreme leader and all that good stuff. Ray had a double wielded blue lightsaber using Anakin's crystal. There was no Palpatine. There was going to be a mention of Palpatine as like a hologram teaching Vader how to do stuff. That Kylo would learn. And it was going to mostly take like Finn was building up a resistance on Coruscant, like a stormtrooper resistance. You were gonna have like it was a bunch of stuff. Like Hux was gonna seppuku himself with Mace Windu's lightsaber.
Basically, the backup film for Rise of Skywalker would have been 100% more better than what we got.
Yeah,
just think of it that way.
Personally, I get where some people come up with the Luke stuff, but it makes sense why Luke went down that route.
I understand the Luke. Or somewhat. The only thing I disagree with is that he was just so determined to kill Kylo or Ben. He was like, that was his first instinct, was to kill him rather than talk him out of it or do something else. But it was to kill him. And I can understand why he isolated himself after that. But it's the fact that he really was about to kill his nephew without talking to Leia or Han about it.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, so.
Okay. Also, Rose and Finn. That was literally Padme and Anakin the whole time.
Yeah.
Okay, so Phantom Menace, in my opinion, is a C tier movie, B tier.
C or B. Yeah.
I would agree with that. I'd say C tier.
It was kind of like the beginning of the prequels, so it's
Yeah.
like it was rough.
Yeah, I agree. The Mandalorian, I think, is an A tier show.
A tier. Yeah, I agree with that.
Can I tell you one thing about Mandalorian real fast that I thought was interesting that I heard from the actor who plays Bo-Katan? She said, you know how I was telling you that guy that was in charge when Bo-Katan wasn't in charge of like their little group of what was left of Death Watch and stuff?
Axel's, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
apparently
supposed to
die in season 2. He wasn't even supposed to be around in season 3.
How did they say how he was going to die?
They said he made like a sacrifice play.
He was going to make a sacrifice place, and it was going to be in the sequence when when Din is carrying all those like those bombs, and then they throws them, and then they go into the room and blow them all up. He was going to rush it. Instead it was going to be him rushing in there and blowing himself up.
Yeah. See, that's what I mean. I'm happy they didn't do that because it's like that's so avoidable. And I know the worst enemies of Star Wars, like the critics of Star Wars, is Star Wars fans. And I know they would have been like, you could have just thrown them or just done anything else but that, which is like another reason I love Mandalorian. Is like he has a jetpack. This man easily just jumped out and just ditched the ship. And I'm happy that there was like no real big sacrifice besides Vizsla.
Yeah.
Or it was either gonna be that, or what I think she said it was like, remember the cargo hold when like there was a bunch of them ready and then like just opened up the door instead. It was either gonna be in that sequence, but the door wasn't gonna work where it opens that up and then they were gonna like fly out. Instead, he was gonna go in there and blow himself up in that part of the ship.
So this is honestly great. Great stuff in my opinion.
I think you got 2. You've got Visions and Andor.
Visions is an A tier, B tier show, and Andor is an A tier, B tier show. Visions is around C. In my opinion,
That's a C.
Yeah.
All right.
Definitely.
Yeah. So that was our take on Star Wars and its S tier through F tier shows and projects that have come out so far. Andor Visions on this list, but I think this is a good list, right, guys?
There's still one I don't agree with. There's still one.
Yeah, but hey, this is a good show, everybody. I'm happy we got to do this. Let's do another one. We're gonna do another tier list, and this one's more of a fun tier list because we get to debate about something else now.
Okay.
In my opinion, and this one is we're gonna rank our lightsaber duels, guys.
Oh.
Ooh.
We're gonna rank our lightsaber duels.
Can I just right off the whip, Anakin and Obi-Wan?
One is S tier.
Let's just get it up.
I have
there,
to say that right off the whip, S tier.
S tier fight. And for the people that are watching now or in the comments, please comment along if you agree with us or not. No, come on. Straight up S tier. I don't understand why it's E tier category. We're gonna get rid of this real quick. We're just gonna change this to an F.
Failure.
Yeah.
What
Okay.
we
So
yeah.
Okay, let's just throw into the mix. Dooku versus Yoda.
I would say that would actually be an A or B, in my opinion.
I would put that like a C because it wasn't really much of a fight, more as Dooku throwing shit or throwing.
I could say the B or C tier as well.
I'd say we should just go B. It's in between all of ours.
I'll be fine with B.
Yeah, I'll be fine with B too.
It was also very rushed, I think, because Yoda was like really tiny, so he went really fast and just jumped everywhere.
Ooh, okay. Let's have fun with our next fight. Are we gonna put the Luke and Kylo fight at F or D?
F. It wasn't really much of a fight.
Yeah, it wasn't really much of a fight. I'd say it's a D or an F.
I put it in F because it literally wasn't even a fight, just except Luke dodging. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what? Okay, Jacob just brought an amazing comment in. We're gonna.
That's but yeah.
S plus.
And there you
Put
go.
that in S plus. There we go.
So yeah, I'll go with F on this tier. Because it really wasn't a fight. More of a symbolic fight in my opinion. Okay, this is where I think controversy is going to start. I think defending through all this, Obi-Wan versus Darth Maul is an S tier fight.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, okay. Thank God. I thought we were
I will agree with
I
that
agree.
also because the fact that the actor that plays as Maul describes it perfectly.
Yes, it is
Yeah.
a perfect fight in my opinion. At the end of it all, now Qui-Gon versus Darth Maul, not the Dual Fates fight. Qui-Gon versus Darth Maul, I think is a B or two.
On Tatooine.
I would say C.
I'd
I would say
it's
C tier. I would say C tier. It's not
Yeah.
really. A fight.
it wasn't that long of a fight, so I would agree. It's a C.
I was
Yeah.
about to say, it's like, to be honest, I only remember a little bit, and that little bit, yeah, definitely not an A
Yeah.
or a B.
All he was
Okay.
doing was protecting Anakin to get to the ship so he wouldn't kill him. That's all.
Ava's now back in. Ava, we're ranking the Star Wars fights right now that have happened throughout the Star Wars magic.
Okay, can I put one out there that's already on there? Can we just put the Grievous and Obi-Wan up to the what tier?
Now, I want to ask, though, when are we stopping the fight? When they stop use lightsabers or at the very end? Because that's two different.
Okay, no, I have to pause real quick. Jacob, you better write a full summary why the Qui-Gon versus Darth Maul fight is an A tier fight. You can write me a full summary, but it's not Dual Fate. It's not the Dual Fate fight. It's on the Tatooine fight. Yeah, okay. He said Tatooine. Okay, never mind. All right, never mind. He agrees with us. Never mind. Really? 'Cause it's a C or B in my opinion.
I think it's a B. I think it's a B.
I would at least put it B, just
Yeah.
because we never, at that time, besides Clone Wars, we never saw Grievous do the spinning thing.
I agree.
And all
That was interesting.
and also remember it has the best memes.
True.
Yeah.
True. I get you. Okay, here's it. We're gonna have fun with this one again. I'm gonna say this one personally. You may not like me for this. I'm putting the Obi-Wan versus Darth Vader fight at C.
That's fair. I mean, it was like the start of it, and they didn't really know what to do. But like, I would agree with you because there was like no like spinning or like.
B,
Not really
Jacob agrees with you guys.
much
B
more.
for memes.
I'd put that one at B, only like because what John was saying was only because it was kind of the start of how lightsabers, and when you watch that fan film someone made of that,
Yeah,
it's-
Yeah,
then it
that's
becomes
when it
a-
makes
that
Go
fight
up to
becomes
like
an
an S plus. If you
Yeah.
watch the remake version that they did, I would
Yeah.
say it was an S
Okay.
plus.
Okay, you want to know a fight? I don't know. Are we gonna discredit some of these fights? Okay, I think there's a fight that I think is an A tier. May not get the same rep. Vader versus Ezra and Kanan.
I agree with that.
For the reason of just Vader absolutely destroying them.
Yeah, I would agree with you.
actually,
because-
no, because I think actually, never mind. I think it's an A tier fight.
Yeah, I think it's an A tier because basically it shows how powerful Vader can be, and it shows that Kanan and Ezra do need more training and how much they need to work on their
Yeah.
techniques and stuff.
You gonna put it at B, Rinsler?
I
Is that
would
right?
put it at B because it wasn't like for me when I'm rating these, it has to be like an actual fight. That wasn't even a fight at all. It was like Vader was like barely using any of his power, and only whenever he did, it was because they tried to drop AT-ATs on him.
We're gonna do 3. I agree. I think I can agree with B tier. I will personally agree it can be a B tier, but for my opinion, it's also an A just because Vader fucks him over.
Yeah.
I can,
Okay.
yeah.
Here's some controversial rankings we're about to do. Okay, or maybe not. And this is just easy. This is probably an A tier fight. This is an S tier fight.
Yes.
An S tier fight.
Yep. I agree with all this.
Now that they're on the board, we can start moving them around. Okay, so we got Luke and Vader, S tier. Vader and Ahsoka, S tier. Empire, Luke and Vader, Be A tier.
A tier.
The only one I change would be the Luke and Vader Empire to B. That's it.
I think it's a good fight. It just shows that
It
it's
shows he's struggling hard, but at the same time, the only thing for me that raises that up is that very end where it's like, I am your father, and that's it.
yeah, but I personally agree. It's just too much of a good fight, you know.
Yeah, it's too much of a good fight. I would say I would agree with the Luke versus Vader in Return of the Jedi and Ahsoka versus Vader because those are both very quick and fast sequences where it makes the dueling perfect because
Yeah,
Luke, Luke is trying to hold back because he wants to try and turn his father to the light. But then when you see Ahsoka and Vader go against each other, it's just like hardcore because she doesn't know she doesn't know until she cuts open the mask officially that it's Anakin. She assumes it is, but
I
she
think
goes hard because she's trying to change that and trying to make it.
no. How is okay.
100% it's the emotion that's in these fights.
It's the
Yes.
emotion in these fights that really bring it up, you know. Because Luke and Vader, it's just that ending is complete emotional wreck, you know.
Right.
Anakin and Ahsoka, Vader and Ahsoka, and a complete emotional wreck throughout the entire fight. And this fight just demonstrates to you again that Vader's just a complete badass.
Yes.
You know, so we got a couple fights left here, and I think
I
let's
would
just
say
let's
move the
Duel of
both the
Fates.
Anakin and Duel of Fates is S plus. I would say we should try and also move the Anakin and Obi-Wan versus Count Dooku for both of them for Attack of the Clones and for Revenge of the Sith. I would say the Revenge of the Sith one
is B
is
tier, and this is
B, and then that's a C, because Anakin and Obi-Wan in Attack of the Clones didn't really do much.
They got their
against
asses
Palpatine.
whooped.
They got their asses kicked, and then I feel like the reason why I would agree that
what keeps Anakin and Obi-Wan Revenge of the Sith fight up there so well is because Anakin at the end of him just destroying.
just went.
That's why
fully-
I put that A
just
tier.
popped off.
Besides B tier, but A tier. A tier for the Revenge of the Sith, Count Dooku versus Anakin.
I can actually agree with Nate here because this
Yeah, I can agree
it
with
shows
that.
the chemistry of Obi-Wan and Anakin as well.
And it
you know?
also shows
Yeah.
like this was before the Clone Wars. This was the real time we saw Anakin really turning to the dark side.
Yeah,
True.
I agree. I definitely agree. With that. There are two fights in here that I think are probably our lowest ranking fights, but I'm gonna say Finn and Kylo's a C tier fight.
Yeah.
Maybe
That was the first time even
close to a B tier fight.
a non-Jedi user picked up a lightsaber and tried to go up against that.
Yeah, and that's why.
And he actually
that's why I
did
keep it at B or C.
decently well. Like he lasted
survived.
decently long against Kylo, and he
survived.
lived. So
That's why I want to put like a B or C tier fight, right? Like where Kylo and Rey, I think, is a C tier fight.
yeah.
I'd even push that down to say D tier because Kylo is supposed to be like a super well-trained Sith losing to Rey.
To Rey, a woman that has never held a lightsaber before, and just
Yeah.
like
That
Reason-
just started.
Reason why Finn,
somehow knew how to use it.
I think the reason why Finn and Kylo are so high is because Kylo 1 wins it, and it's actually like kind of like an interesting moment in Star Wars, you know?
Yeah.
These last two are going to be tricky for me.
I would say the Mace Windu and Palpatine fight. I would say that would be
It's B
an
tier
A
fight.
because of. I would say it's an A because of how Palpatine, like Mace, brought three other Jedi besides him just to fight Palpatine, and they got absolutely massacred within seconds. And then
about that.
and then the memes as well for that scene. And
Did
then
I bring the
feel like
younglings with me?
and
I
I feel
can't
like
find that video. I'm trying so hard to find it, but I can't.
Mace stood very well against Palpatine, and if Anakin didn't stop him, Palpatine definitely would have been dead.
Yeah. I agree. I think that if we're gonna agree that's an A tier fight, this is either an A tier fight as well.
I would
I'd
agree.
say S. I'd say S.
I would argue S as well. I agree it's an S tier
Yeah.
fight.
The only
It
reason
is-
I say is S because in Mace versus Palpatine, that was strictly lightsaber fighting, dodging. That. But with that one, we actually got
They were using the Force and everything.
they were using heavy force powers
Against
We
each
got
other.
Yeah.
Flash.
Here's my opinion. Then. can we raise this one that I'm like not speculating? Can we raise this one to the ending of where Luke kind of gets? It's a kind of the emotional ending then with Luke.
Okay, well, I'll give it to you. I'll give you.
I'm down to keep it in F, but if we want to raise it,
It's just even just emotional wise, I don't understand. Like, I don't fully understand the power of the Force and how much strain. But how is it Luke just dies from that?
well, you got to think about it. So he severs his connection to the Force
Okay.
for roughly 30 years, maybe even 20. Okay.
I think.
Comes back and is like, I'm going to force project myself all the way across the galaxy. Yeah, you're kind of going to accidentally suffocate yourself.
Yeah, he's semi-killing himself slowly with the Force.
It's just
You're like draining your own power in life from you, in a way.
I get that, and I get that it's very draining. But for someone who was once the chosen one, I get
Anakin was the chosen one.
Well, he's like the son's chosen one, so he should have some kind of like more. And I understand being cut off for 30 years, but it just doesn't, for me anyway, emotional wise, it just shouldn't have really happened, in my opinion. Like there was so much to go for Rey and them to learn, and now she kind of loses an actual real teacher of the Force besides Leia. That was like included at the very end of not end, but the next movie.
I agree. No, I agree.
If you guys do vote to put in D, I'm fine with that. It's just I think it's F.
Overall, I think I agree with this. You know.
Yeah, I agree with this summary.
Yeah.
Overall, I think it's a good summary. You know.
Yeah.
Most of the audience also agrees with our summary.
Yeah, because you have obviously Anakin, Obi-Wan. You have the battle of heroes, dual fates, 2 S+ tier fights. You know, Obi-Wan and Maul, an S tier fight. Ahsoka and Vader, S tier fight. You have Luke and Vader, and Return of the Jedi, S tier. Palpatine, Yoda, just tier. No, you got C, S tier fight, and then the B tier fights are just Vader's kicking everybody's ass.
The only one that we haven't added that I would put in S+ is Vader versus Obi-Wan TV show.
Oh yeah.
And Kenobi, yes. If
Kenobi,
the Kenobi one was in here, they're missing a few lightsaber duels in here though. But
yeah, it's probably a little outdated, but that's okay. You know.
You're missing Asajj Ventress, man. Where's she at? And Maul and Savage.
No, like another S tier fight or an A tier fight would be Ahsoka versus Maul.
I think a fight that we probably would have put in the D tier that we didn't put was probably Kylo and Rey versus each other in Rise of Skywalker.
Which fight are you talking about though?
The one where it's like the illusion, like she's on the ship, he's on the planet. Or no, not that one.
The water.
Sorry, the water one. I think was
the Death Star.
The illusion one was cool. I meant the water one. That's the one I was
thinking. I think the illusion was cool as well, but for the water planet, that was just pretty.
The water planet was just literally like like them copying the same fight, just in person, and like the illusion fight.
The only reason he lost was because his mom literally died.
Yeah, and she didn't sense that right away, and then she did.
That's
and
what
she was like, "Damn."
I was confused about that. It's like, how does? And I understand that's his little mom, but like for Rey, who sees her as a mom now, for him to feel that first, and then for Rey to stab him and then feel it, that's a big time gap.
I feel like what happened was like Rey was more focused on Kylo at the time, and she wasn't as focused on what was going on. And I feel like Leia reached out to Kylo first, and then she realized what Rey did, and then she reached out to her as well.
Oh my fucking god! I just found every Clone Wars season tier list maker along with every show and every project.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Jesus.
We'd actually have to. Oh my god! Should we screw it and just piss off my piss off Charlie and go 30 minutes over and do that one now?
That's up to you. You're the.
Oh, we're doing it. We're doing it. We're doing it. We're
We
having.
still got a little bit to talk about, but
We're doing it, gentlemen.
in the process of this, I do want to say one thing though.
Go for it.
About the tech thing we were talking about before.
Oh,
I don't think he's dead because think of it this way.
You kicked him?
I cancel out all arguments.
Brother, please. You can't.
It wasn't gonna be an argument. I was just gonna say like a video that I saw on YouTube and stuff actually kind of could make sense for it.
I don't want to argue you. I don't want to debate you on it.
No, I'm not saying we'll do it now, but we should do it another time though. But
yeah,
probably not.
I definitely do agree. So this has every Clone Wars season and every Rebel season.
Okay, we're definitely gonna have to put 7 in the B.
Okay, so let's just get the obvious ones out of the. You know what? We're gonna add the S+2 again.
S+.
Add that row of both. Yeah. Oh wait.
Oh, it has Book of Boba Fett in here actually.
Yeah, it has every show. I don't think it has Andor in here because Andor was probably not released.
I'm trying to remember all these, but it's even tough to.
Okay, Bad Batch. Can we put Bad Batch in first? I see it.
No. Wait, let's get the obvious ones out of the way, gentlemen. We know where we're going with these guys.
Oh yeah.
That's an S+. That's an S+.
S+.
This is where I will.
I'd say
I will agree with. Where is it? I know it's in here somewhere. This is
Mandalorian.
Yep.
Put that there. So we're gonna be in agreement with some of these again. You know, we'll put A here again.
There's 2 different Mandalorians. Which one is what?
Well,
so
Mandalorian.
that one's season 2, and then the other one is season 1, I think.
Yeah.
There's enough.
So what are you guys rating on season 2 and season 1 now?
I would say
season 2 is A.
Yeah.
I would say S.
A.
And then I would say 1 is maybe an A.
Where is 1? I can't even fucking see.
It's at the start. It's at the start.
I thought it would have been somewhat. Well, Luke kind of really carried.
We have to remember our Clone Wars seasons, by the way.
Okay.
I remember all of them.
Yeah,
I got it in here.
I remember like a lot of the episodes, but to be honest, I can never remember the seasons. So.
Okay, gentlemen. Let's get the easy F ones out of the way.
All
Yep.
right. Yep.
Is that the holiday special?
Is there the
Wait, put Visions. Visions has to go either D or F, one of the two.
Steve Visions. No, because there's
I would say C.
Episodes. There's 2 episodes.
There's 4. There's 4.
I want you to go name the 4, please.
Okay, so you have the first episode.
Yep.
You have the Master. You have the Master and Apprentice.
Yep, that's my.
The 5th Jedi.
The 5th Jedi.
Okay.
What's my fourth one? I have to remember my 4th one.
And don't forget the one that's like that I told you about, the one that feels like Qui-Gon and
Yes, Master and Apprentice.
That's the Master and Apprentice, yeah.
That's so. I think my 4th one is I actually really enjoyed the one with the fox-tailed girl. In my opinion.
I'm sorry, I clicked off that one like after 2 minutes.
I enjoyed the
It's okay.
I enjoyed the one with the yellow lightsaber.
Oh, that's a good one too. That's a good one too. Yeah.
Yeah,
I think that was a good episode.
I need to watch that one.
Real quick, if we're gonna put something in D tier, where is it? Where is it?
What is it?
The first season of Rebels.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
Yep. That's agreeable.
Even though Sabine was fine in that season.
First season of Rebels was not good.
No,
it's okay at best.
Okay, second season of Rebels, you got to put it either in B or A.
Yeah. As someone, like I said, as I don't fully agree with Rebels,
second season is probably a B.
Yeah,
I'd say B.
Okay. Oh wait, Rise of Resistance too. It's right there. We're going right back.
Yep, that's in the F. That's in the F.
Okay. Let's talk about the ones we didn't get to talk about. So, Book of Boba Fett.
Book of Boba Fett.
C.
I would say it's a C because literally when they put in the Mandalorian, he basically stole the show.
when side characters take the show.
Well, that's literally what happened in season 3 too.
Wait.
It felt like Bo-Katan was the side character.
Real quick, I have to put the final season of Clone Wars in there.
Yes.
And then S
Oh
tier.
god, it's tough because it's like I don't like the girl.
Yeah, that's why I kind of like want to put it back.
I'd say put it in A. Put it in A. Put it in A.
Like if
I'd
we
say
were
put it
to
in
do
A.
the whole season, A. If it's the ending, S plus.
Okay. Oh shoot. This is gonna be hard for me to remember the Rebels.
Okay,
season.
well, let's start back with this. The Star Wars Clone Wars movie. Where are we putting that one again?
we put that one in B.
B. Okay.
Fucking C, but okay. That's
Solo. Solo's still good.
Where did we put Rogue One?
Rogue One we put in the S.
yeah. Okay, so I think Phantom Menace we've already done. Phantom Menace is gonna be a.
We said it was it was
C?
a C,
C.
and then we said Attack of the Clones was also a C.
Okay, yeah.
This
Oh,
is
so
all the
this-
stuff
okay,
we
so this
haven't
is-
done.
Okay, so this is the third season of Rebels.
I would say
That's
I'd
it.
put that up.
I put
B
that.
or
I
up.
A. I say A.
That's an A tier, and I had
Yeah.
so the final season of Rebels I think is an S
That's
tier.
S tier.
That's S.
I'm gonna be honest. I didn't know who Thrawn was until I watched that, and even like I have to admit,
Force Awakens. I think Force Awakens. Did we say B?
Force Awakens. Force
Yeah.
Awakens. We said was a B.
B. B or
Okay,
C.
so from what I'm looking at, I think the first couple of these was like.
Okay, I know which one. I know which one's which season. Okay, so the
Shoot.
first one after the Obi-Wan one right there, that's season 5. That one is season 2. That one's season 1, and then the third one is season 3.
Lead the way. I can't tell which ones these are.
Okay, so this is season 4, season 3.
No. So season 4 is the one with Darth Maul on it. Season 5 is Obi-Wan. And then that is 2. The next one after that is 1, and then that one after it is 3, I think.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so for wait, whoa.
Whoa.
Wait a minute.
Which was the Chewbacca one?
Oh,
That's
that's
the holiday special, isn't it?
No,
that's Clone Wars.
That's season 3. That's season 3. Then those got to be
Let's say that's no, because you have no. Which one is Maul in? Maul's not in 4.
He's in 5 with Savage Opress and all that, right?
When does
because maybe one of those is season 6.
Oh
Maybe
fuck,
that-
Chewbacca is season 3.
Yeah, maybe one of those is supposed to be season 6. Maybe that's where it's supposed to be. But they just didn't have like an actual cover for it, so they just used another one. So
What I liked about the originals is just the clone trooper armor. I loved
okay,
clone trooper.
so Shane, I figured it out. Because I remember someone making a video about this. So the one that I said that was season 3, that's supposed to be the cover for season 6.
So
Because
that's
there wasn't
season
one.
1. So this is season 1 right here.
That's season 1. That you know where to put that. That's definitely either a D or a C.
Oh, god damn it. Okay, wait. Okay, this is season 2 right here.
And then the last one the Chewbacca one has to be season 3, and then we'll just say that one's
season 1, season 2, season 3. What is Maul up here?
Maul appears in 4. The Obi-Wan one I know for sure, and the Mandalorian armor, that is 5. I know that's
Okay,
that's
so
confirmed.
4. Because that's Satine's death. Satine's death episode.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna assume the Chewbacca one's 6 then.
No. Say the Chewbacca one is season 3, and then just say the other one is season 6.
Oh,
that's
okay.
three.
Yeah, we can do
honest,
that.
I can't remember which episode were in which season. I'm gonna be honest
Okay,
with you.
so
Okay,
I
so
would
here,
say
this is season 1.
this
That's
season
not
1, that's a
good.
D.
Season 2 is like
Could
okay.
Was okay.
Could you tell
Season
me-
3 went up to a B. I think it went up
Can
to
you
a
tell
B.
me what arcs were in which season?
So season 1 was like when we get
Anakin
Like-
and Obi-Wan.
Anakin and Obi-Wan, and then we get
Okay.
the
Malevolence, the Malevolence arc.
Malevolence. Oh yeah, that was in season
Oh,
1.
the Malevolence arc was pretty dope. I like
Yeah, but
that.
still not good season.
Yeah.
You don't think? I
No,
liked it. Oh,
I like the
yeah.
Malevolence arc.
Oh,
It definitely was one of those episodes where it's like this could easily be.
Okay.
Shane,
Guys,
the
guys,
last
this-
one, The last one for C, that's 6.
This one?
You're still saying it's a C? If it's season 6?
Oh,
Which one was the Umbala one? Because that's like
That's the mall cover one. That's the Darth Maul covered one.
Please
Fodder
put
to
that-
Maul.
we know where that's going.
yeah, okay.
That's an S.
We know where that one's going.
That's
to,
an
guys.
That's an S too.
Arguably
Bad
the
Batch though. The
Okay,
first
yeah.
episode hit so hard and I
Okay.
loved it, but after that, it
Okay.
went downhill.
No, real quick. We're gonna talk about this one real quick. This is season 6 when it got canceled.
It got canceled?
Yeah, but then they made it. They posted it on. Netflix.
It's not good. It's arguably okay with the Yoda stuff.
It's okay. Yeah.
Can you remind me what's in season?
You had the Yoda arc where Yoda
You had the
basically
Yoda
found
arc
the way
with the
that
dark side.
where
You
he-
had the Clovis arc.
the Clovis arc. Yeah.
Oh, nah, but dude, you have to respect Fox for going out like that. That's the hardest moment.
Oh, that's the 5's arc too. He's right. That is the 5's arc.
5
Where-
died in 5.
When he's trying to expose Order 66.
No,
Yeah.
5 died in 5.
No.
No, because then that's when Fox go that I think that's the right season. I'm thinking about this right.
Thorn.
That's the Thorn thing because that's in the Clovis
Thorn.
thing.
Thorn.
That's in
I
the
think
same
Fox.
season.
Yeah.
Fox gets murdered by Vader.
No.
It's
Fox-
season 6.
Fuck
That's
it
season
is.
6. Okay, I would say let's put it up at least to a B. Yep. I agree with that.
Thorn went out like a true clone.
Like a true clone.
Yeah, Fox gets murdered by Vader.
Yeah.
No. That's after.
That's
That's
after
not
that.
season 6.
Yeah. Bad Batch. I'll argue all of you on it.
I'm trying to think of the episodes.
I'm trying to think of all the
Uh,
episodes.
First-
Season 2,
First 2 episodes, in my opinion, are my favorite. Absolutely.
it's an okay. It arguably might be a B.
I
I'd
would
put
say just to make it safe, just put it at a B.
B.
What do you mean?
I'm
I'm
gonna-
safe. Half that show is fucking filler.
Yeah.
True.
Welcome to Clone
No.
Wars.
No, not half that show. 75% of that show is filler.
Season 2 is like 80% filler, and that's what I
Yes.
put at C.
That's what
Like-
keeps it at C, in my opinion.
No, but what was different about this one was they actually showed the beginning and
I
like the
know.
clone
That's what-
side of them going to the Empire.
Don't get me wrong. The Bad Batch is good with some of that stuff, but I think gets held down by all this weight with the filler shit.
I'm trying to think, what were the filler episodes?
Yeah, you don't remember them, do you?
I remember a couple of them.
the Hauser one where it's
House
he-
is not a filler. House is not a filler. The Ryloth arc is not a filler.
No.
Yeah, it's not a filler, but that I don't consider it a filler. But it
Here's my
like
thing.
the
Here's
first part of it was. but
here's
then
the filler.
second
Here's the first
half
episode.
wasn't.
So you have here's the filler. Season 2, episode 2, between 4 to 6, 9
Yeah.
to finale.
But that's the thing.
Is this season 1
This
and
is season 1. This isn't season 2. This is
But-
season
but-
1.
I'm gonna combine it as season 2.
Okay,
I'm
if
gonna
it's season
combine-
2, then yeah.
I'm combining it with season 2. It's gonna be a filler.
okay.
Now,
If we're
there-
combining both seasons, then I would agree with you. But if we're
Yeah.
just saying season 1, then I would say it's at least a B.
At least a B.
So it's because Kenobi would arguably be an A or B for me.
Okay. But for the most part, I agree with this.
Yeah.
I agree with the majority.
It's the only S plus.
Yeah, this is the only S plus we have.
Dude, oh my god, our C's are like as long as our S's.
Our S and then S plus is just like wow.
Only if I would honestly put that like the last season of Clone Wars into S plus, only because it was the last couple of episodes of Clone Wars. That's it.
That's
The
just
rest of the
amazing.
season.
Okay, I would say though, if we wanted to
Actually-
change something to S plus, I would say we should change 4 or 5 because those were really good seasons.
I don't think it can, if we're gonna change anything from S to S plus, it would be like a Return of the Jedi move or like a Rogue One or like an Empire move, you know?
I'd say let's do Return of the Jedi S plus. I like
I agree with that.
I like that. I like that. There. That seems a little bit better. That seems better.
Now look at that. Look at that graph.
Look at
Take
that
a picture,
crash.
save and download it, whatever.
Save and download this. You know,
Download this image.
downloading this bloody image. You know what I'm saying, gentlemen?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying, gentlemen? So we're gonna just go. I think we're gonna do this next episode. I want to see Chief's opinion. You know, so we're gonna rehash this again.
Oh,
You know,
We're doing it again.
I just realized something.
what?
You know how I told you like that I have that exercise thing that I probably won't be on?
Yeah, it's gonna be next. That's pretty fine. It's next week, dude.
That's next week. But so this Saturday coming up,
Well,
like after this week.
Let's not talk about you missing the episode on live. So everybody, we're gonna start with opinions. We're gonna try out this segment for a minute because this is a fun segment and we want you guys to interact with us more. I'm sorry we had to kind of rush that at the end, so we're gonna try to probably do this next week, so make this the entire episode. But happy to have you all of us today. We had a fun episode today because it was just us hashing out opinions. So like next week you might hear Empire versus Rebellion, you know, and Rinsler won't be on that episode, so I don't have any arguments. But what we also might do with this new segment is we might pull some of you guys into the live and have you be involved with us, you know, and rank it stuff with us. So thank you everybody for joining. Thank you for everybody hashed this out with us. Thank you for Jacob and Ava agreeing with some opinions. If you're not watching this live and you're gonna watch this afterwards, that's really fine. Enjoy the episode afterwards. Have fun with it, you know. Enjoy us, enjoy our opinions, and see what we did, and see all the stuff we ranked today. We'll also be posting this in our Discords and see if people agree with us or disagree with us in the Discord. We'll have fun with that. But thank you, everybody. Have a great rest of your day. Take care. My name is Shane. I was your host, King Faye. You can find me on all those socials. You already know. This links are in the bio as well. And I'm going to hand it over to Rinsler and John right now so they can hand out their outros for themselves as well.
Go ahead.
Rinsler,
This is you.
you're the.
Oh. Thank you
Read
for
the second
joining.
one.
I hope you enjoyed this conversation, and I hope you guys enjoy the next ones.
Where can they find you, Rinsler?
You can find me on Discord. I do have Instagram and Snapchat, but I never really use them. If you really want to contact me, you can use my Discord, which is literally Winslow617. So,
Yeah. And then John?
All right. So where you can find me is jb.sws on Discord. That is my TikTok account. And then I have other stuff that you can find me on. If you need to find out where that is, just join change server and then I will give you that information.
And like I said, folks, take care. Discord links are in the bio where you can contact us and find all of us in our Discord servers. Take care, everybody. Have a wonderful day. And remember, the force be with you.